Does point to a larger question in America, which is what should happen with the people who did January 6th. You may remember, back when January 6th happened, there wasn't much of a question about this at all.
Not much of a question, Mr. Tepper? Funny. I remember the question was the mob directed by billionaire-funded insurrectionists who have been plotting for months to overthrow the government if the election didn't go their way? Almost 4 years later, and the trial for Trump's part of the riot hasn't even begun, where we might learn who is behind what or not. So how do we know what Tepper knows? Whatever he knows that we all know, and always know soon after. Wait, did I miss it? Did Tepper tell a joke? I'm just too slow for these comedy shows.
The people who did this had to be punished for it. Even the guy who they were wearing the horns for agreed that there had to be consequences for their violent actions.
Dang, I missed the joke again. But I did learn that Tepper can read the minds of people. He knew they were all there for Trump. They weren't there for any other reason but for Trump. So, I'm learning. I may not get the jokes, but I'm learning.
You do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
You hear that, people who broke the law? You're going to pay for that. So says the person who told you to break the law.
Oh, I'd love to have Tepper's job. You don't have to make jokes, and you don't even have to do any research. So you can watch the event, the 4-hour event on C-SPAN, where Giuliani, Trump, a whole bunch of people speak. So Trump comes near the end. And I'm just going to play the end of his 1-hour speech. I didn't watch the whole thing. I couldn't take it. But I'm going to tell you, I don't see how any reasonable person could watch his speech and say that he tried to push these people into going for a riot. Well, my guess is they're all standing there for 4 hours, and they're like, they got down there, they just wanted, they just wanted to let off some steam. So anyway, I'm going to play this for you, and I dare you, any of you, to find me the part of the speech where you think he's pushing people into rioting. In fact, you can just, in my opinion, when you look at him, it's like he just came up with that idea on the fly. Like, it's just like, yeah, let's walk down Pennsylvania Avenue. Anyway, I just want to give you context. Again, I'm showing you just the last couple of minutes of his 1-hour long blathering speech.
Our brightest days are before us. Our greatest achievements still wait. I think one of our great achievements will be election security, because nobody until I came along had any idea how corrupt our elections were. And again, most people would stand there at 9 o'clock in the evening and say, I want to thank you very much. And they go off to some other life. But I said, something's wrong here. Something's really wrong. Can't have happened. And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. Our exciting adventures and boldest endeavors have not yet begun. My fellow Americans, for our movement, for our children, and for our beloved country. And I say this, despite all that's happened, the best is yet to come. So we're going to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue. I love Pennsylvania Avenue. And we're going to the Capitol, and we're going to try and give, the Democrats are hopeless. They're never voting for anything. Not even one vote. But we're going to try and give our Republicans, the weak ones, because the strong ones don't need any of our help. We're going to try and give them the kind of pride and boldness that they need to take back our country. So let's walk down Pennsylvania Avenue. I want to thank you all. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you all for being here. This is incredible. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I want to say again, I can't stand Trump. I'm not going to get into it. But he spoke for over an hour, and most of it was just rambling on about this or that, and that was the end. And I think you'll agree with me. I think he thought up this walk down Pennsylvania Avenue at the last moment. If he didn't, I mean, he certainly the speech wasn't like building to like, let's go down there and riot. There's none of that whatsoever. The whole speech, again, was, I thought, boring, but, you know, it was whatever. You know, it was a political speech. If you like it, you like it. So for the Daily Show to keep going, for Tepper to go on about how, oh, you know, Trump did this riot and they should all pay and blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. There are no jokes, and there's no, he's not showing any clips from what really happened. He's telling you what happened.
They're there because they believe the election was stolen from them. They believe in the system.
Convicted January 6 rioter is free this morning, and now they own an honorary American flag, a gift from a Texas Republican congressman. Dr. Simone Gold was released from prison on Friday, and Congressman Louis Gohmert was there to present her with the flag.
You know, I'm no history buff, but she was a loser in a failed insurrection. If you were going to present her with the flag, it probably should have been this flag, I think.
Tepper says she was a loser in a failed insurrection. I'm no history buff either, but I do know something about people. I'd love for Tepper to go down to a roadside bar in the South and explain to our fellow Southern citizens what losers they are. Maybe he'd piss on the Confederate flag while he is down there. It's just a joke, right? Come on, America, loosen up. Southerners, you're losers. Those of us who watch The Daily Show in our big shiny cities, we're the winners. So stop embarrassing yourself, Southerners. And don't send Tepper a biography of Lincoln. Tepper's way too smart to read a book. She was a loser in a failed insurrection. That's what he said. I'm not a Republican, but I see her as a normal person caught up in a riot spurred on by a bunch of knuckleheads. Not a loser, not an insurrection. I wish I had a joke, but if Tepper doesn't make them, I don't see why I should either.